What's up guys, Shane aka Musty Yeti here. Today's going to be a video where we do a major overhaul of my AR-15. I've teamed up with you guys at Trinity for us to test out a bunch of their products and share my thoughts with you guys. They've sent me a wide range of stuff that's going to cover my AR-15 from back all the way to the front, and in today's video we're going to be installing every single part. We're going to be doing the buttstock, the pistol grip, the part I'm most excited for, the rail, the angle grip, the hand stop, the rail covers. We're going to be doing all of it. I'm going to go ahead and timestamp everything in the description below, so if you guys are interested in a certain part, click on which one interests you the most. But enough talking guys, let's get this camera flipped around and get these parts installed.
Let's do this.
Let's go and start with the back end, the rear of the AR-15 here. We're going to go and install the alpha stock that you see here. I requested this stock because it looked really interesting to me. It looked like it was a nice middle ground between a lightweight stock and something that was rugged and tough. Something that is clean and simple but offers quite a bit in regards to features. This is one of those simple to install parts, guys. So what we're going to do here is simply lift up on this tab, down here, sorry, lift this up and pull it all the way up by hand. We're going to slide it on, and this is going to be all she wrote for the stock. So that's it for installing the rear stock. Like I said before, I went ahead and removed the previous stock to make this easier. I got this sucker in a vise up here, you guys can see. And that's it for the stock. So let's go ahead and move on to the pistol grip. All right guys, next we're going to be installing the pistol grip here. We're going to go ahead and go with the Trinity Force DI Slim Grip here. This is a lightweight grip that offers some really nice texturing, as you guys can see, for really good grip. It's got just a little bit of a better angle, I think, for shooting, so we're going to try this out. Alright guys, I will say one thing. When you're removing your factory grip or whatever you're taking off to install the Trinity Force grip, you want to make sure you pay attention to the spring that's going to come out of your lower receiver. So that means when you remove your grip, you don't want to come sideways with it. You want to try to go straight up while that spring comes up and grab that spring so you can reuse that sucker. So you can either do one of two things. You can either put the spring back in here or put it back in the hole of the pistol grip here. I went ahead and slid this door open, which comes with a new screw to install it. So what I'm going to do here, guys, is slide the pistol grip on, open this up, put that screw in that hole, and tighten the sucker down. So that's about all she wrote. Let me just get the screw tightened down. Now for the Trinity Force product I've really been looking forward to installing, the Atlas Key Mod rail. Inside the box, you get the rail, obviously. You get the barrel nut that's inside here still, all the mounting hardware, the screws. You get the Allen wrenches and everything to install it. You also get a couple of Picatinny rail sections, so that's nice they included those. Other than that, you're going to need a standard armor's tool to get this job done. So if you're working on AR-15s, you should have one of those already. Alright guys, just like everything else, I'm going to assume you've gone ahead and removed everything you need to install this. A factory or aftermarket barrel nut, your gas block with gas tube, your muzzle device. So you just have a bare barrel ready to accept a rail. Once you get all that off, guys, you're going to want to go ahead and apply some grease to either the threads here or the barrel nut. I've gone ahead and already applied some grease. It's just going to make it a little bit smoother install, and it's going to protect my threads of both the receiver and the barrel nut in the installation process, that hopefully things will go just a little bit smoother. Alright guys, the next step is going to be removing the barrel nut from the Trinity Force rail. Like I said, they supply you with the Allen key, the Allen tool, but I like to just use my own just because it's a little bit easier. So we're going to go ahead and loosen these things up a bit here. It should come right out. Alright guys, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but this should be one of the easiest rails I've ever installed. Once you have your barrel nut here, you're simply going to make sure that your barrel is indexed properly into your upper receiver, so make sure it's seated all the way into that gap. We're simply going to slide on the Trinity Force barrel nut here, and we're going to go as hand tight as we can, and then we're simply going to grab our trusty armor's tool and our torque wrench, which I'll grab here in a second, and tighten this thing down to 40 foot-pounds. In case you guys haven't noticed, what makes this so easy to install is there's no timing or aligning. With this barrel nut, you don't have to align or time anything with the gas tubes. There's no holes in the barrel nut either that need to line up with a rail. Literally all you need to do is slide your barrel nut on, tighten it hand tight, get your torque wrench, go down to 40 foot-pounds. That's it, you're done. That's why this is the easiest rail I've ever had to install. Let's go grab the torque wrench and get this thing tightened down. All right, guys, we went ahead and got our armor's tool put on the barrel nut. We have our torque wrench set to 40. You guys probably can't see, it's blurry, but we have 40 foot-pounds here. And I'm going to be letting gravity help me do the install. I'm going to be doing righty-tighty down toward the desk. So the one thing you want to keep in mind here, guys, you want to make sure your torque wrench is aligned with the armor's tool so you get the proper amount of leverage and torque on this thing. So we're just going to go slowly here until we get to 40. That's it. I'm going to take this thing out, line it up. I'm going to check it one more time just to make sure. That's it. All right, guys, I almost forgot to mention, once you get your barrel nut installed, you're good to go ahead and reinstall your gas block and gas tube along with your muzzle device. So we're going to go ahead and slide our gas block and gas tube back on, and we're going to go ahead and tighten that down off camera because it's easy. We're going to go ahead and thread on our muzzle device. Guys, when you install your muzzle device, please be sure that you don't reuse your crush washer. You need a new one every time. So I'm going to go ahead and grab one, get the gas tube, gas block, and muzzle device installed. Then we're going to go to the rail. All right, guys, so we've gone ahead and reinstalled our gas block, tightened down those screws there, and we've gone ahead and reinstalled our muzzle device. I should mention, guys, when you install this, you never want to tighten this thing all in one shot. You want to do a quarter turn, back it off, quarter turn, back it off, quarter turn until you get it lined up to where you want, which we do. So we are all set to go there. Now we're just going to put this off to the side here for a second and get this sucker in here. So like I said, it's time to install the rail, but before we do, we need to completely remove this vertical screw here, and we need to also slightly loosen these locking screws which hold the locking tab in place. Like I said before, they do offer an Allen key, Allen wrench, but I like to use my own just because it's a little bit easier and I'm familiar with it. And it does help if you get the right size when you're doing it as well. So I think we've already loosened these up quite a bit because we had to get the barrel nut out, obviously, but we want to completely remove this guy here. So we're going to go ahead and remove this, and I won't make you guys sit and watch this torture. Once that's done, you want to go ahead and simply set that center screw off to the side because you don't want to lose it. All right, guys, now for the easy part. We're simply going to take the rail, we're going to slide it over the barrel nut, check it out, and make sure that it's, indexed properly to the upper receiver. We can now get our Allen key, Allen tool here, and tighten down the locking tab here by tightening down these locking screws. Now, you guys can use like non-permanent thread locker on here. I'm not going to do that until I get everything installed, run it a little bit, make sure we're good to go with the gas block and everything, then I'll come back and do that. But when you guys do that non-permanent thread locker, make sure you don't take both out and put thread locker on and put them back in. Leave them both as tight as you have them. Take one out, add thread locker, put it back on, then take the other one out, add thread locker, put it back on. So we're going to go ahead and tighten these things down. I'm going to get it a little snug here, and then I'm going to check out the top Picatinny rail section and make sure that we are lined up properly, and then go for the final home stretch of tightening everything down. Okay, that looks absolutely perfect there. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten these down again. And you guys, you want to alternate between each screw as you tighten. You never want to go all the way on one and all the way on the other. Just like a car tire. All right. All right, guys, so once you have the locking tab nice and tight, we need to reinstall that center screw there. There is a little washer you want to make sure you don't lose when you take that screw out. So we're going to go ahead and put that back in. We're going to place our center screw back on and simply tighten it down either with the provided Allen key, Allen tool they gave you, or one of your own. So let's go ahead and get this thing tightened down. That's it. That's all it takes to install the Trinity Force rail. As you guys can see, this was definitely a super easy install. Definitely one of the easiest ones I've ever done. Now let's go ahead and get the grips and rail covers installed as well. Well guys, that about wraps up the video where we quickly upgrade my AR-15, and as you guys can see with Trinity Force, you can do it very quickly and very easily. If you ask me, we have a pretty damn good looking rifle here. Now to go out and shoot this sucker, start the testing process, and then come back in a month or so and give you guys a review of some of these parts. If you guys have any specific questions on the installation process of any of these, please leave them down in the comment box below. Or if you guys like me to focus on any parts in particular, let me know in the comments as well. If you guys found this video informative, please give it a like. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe. I have some really good videos coming up and some projects that you guys don't want to miss. Thanks for watching, guys. As usual, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.
Good job, team. Get ready for the next round.